Guys, hello. Welcome on in to episode 16 of Bar Talk. I am excited to have you guys on this evening. So we're just letting people know. Hello, Kelly Ann. Hello, Sally Who. Mr. Catfish. We got Jay Rice in. What's up, Clemens? Miss Zelensky, how are you doing right now? Uncle Mike, hello, hello. Guys, welcome on in. I am so excited. I really quickly want to give a birthday shout out right now. There are two birthdays that I am aware of. Mary D and Claire Swift, guys, happy birthday. I'm not sure if you're on here right now, but again, I hope you guys are enjoying your birthday as best as possible. Oh, thank you. So the jacket is actually a men's jacket from H&M. So, yeah, I think it was like maybe $30. So we're going to do things a little differently, guys, because I'm going to go ahead and get our guest on, Kyle, because there's something that he wants to show us that's going to be super cool. So I'm going to go ahead and get him on and, oh, hold on. Let me try that again. Okay, wait. I think, sorry, guys, still figuring all of this out. Give me a second. Okay, there we go. All right, I think I got it. So yeah, Kyle had called me before and said he wanted to show us something. So again, this isn't the normal intro, but he's going to show something, and I think it's going to be absolutely beautiful.
We are here live, showing love to the first responders right now. Just want to give love to the world right now.
Oh my God! So Kyle,
by giving love to the world.
Kyle, for everyone who's watching, explain to them what's going on because some people might know and some people might not.
Well, right now, the city of Chicago right now is just expressing their love. Right now by showing some light shows, and you can hear them off the balconies everywhere. I'm just blessed and fortunate to be able to have this platform, to be able to see this in my building. So I want to just give love to everybody, the first responders in Chicago, all over the world, the nurses, the patients. We some trying times, but we getting through it. You can see the love right here.
Yeah.
We got the love right here,
So that's what all the flickering lights is, guys. So for all of you that are watching right now, let's send some hearts. Let's send some love to all of our nurses, to the doctors, to the first responders, to the police, to the firemen.
Yes.
They are doing an amazing job. I love it. Oh, my God. God, this is so beautiful. Look at the lights. Oh, my God.
Chicago.
You know, even in what feels like a doomsday, this city can still light us up and put us on a completely different wavelength. I just love it.
I mean, all we got right now is one another. I mean, that's all we got. I mean, you hear them? You hear everybody? That's crazy.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That's fantastic.
Yeah,
God, that's beautiful.
I think it's amazing, man. I think God is working.
God is working. It was his way of, oh my God. Guys, like, oh, I hear the whistles.
You hear it?
Yeah.
Let's be quiet for a second. Listen. Let me go on the other side.
Okay.
They're playing music.
What are they playing?
I'm trying to see.
Okay.
But they just showing love everywhere though.
Oh my God.
You hear it?
Love that.
We got this. We good.
Oh my God. We are gonna be all right. God.
Look at that. Look at that. That's crazy. This is history right before your eyes right here.
Wow.
Wow. This is amazing. This is wow. This is powerful.
It really is.
This is powerful. This is powerful, man. This is powerful. This is for the nurses and the first responders, the doctors, and you know, they working overtime, man. They working 24. They working hours that they shouldn't be, and they end up putting in hours for us to keep us safe, man. I mean, I just feel for those families that can't see those families in there, but we just gotta all come together for those families. That it's not just about you. You know what I'm saying? We gotta check on somebody. Check on somebody, man. This is love right here. This is love. Stay home, man. Just stay home. We're going to get through this, man. We're going to get through it. It's going to pass over.
Oh, my God.
This is crazy. This is crazy good.
It is. It really is. And there are, like, no words that I can even say because the city and the lights and what everyone's doing is saying more than any string of words I can put together.
It's amazing, man. It's wow.
Oh, my God. Huh. And they've been doing.
I'm like shaking a little bit. I'm like, I can accept being cold, but I'm like, man, like I can feel it.
Yeah. And they've been doing this every night at 8:00.
Yeah. Yeah.
You hear that? The horns. Oh my God. Oh my God, this is crazy. Oh, okay. So KP, first off, welcome on in. So guys, KP called me like 30 minutes ago and was like, I'm gonna go on top of the roof. And I was like, I'm in, done. I love it. It's gonna be so beautiful, so spectacular. And I mean, just look at it. Wow.
This is history right here, man. This is crazy. It's just amazing to see the people coming together.
Yeah.
If I could throw a rock at my car right now to make the alarm go off, I would. Like,
that doesn't surprise me.
Like, with that car, I ain't riding in it right now. I ain't doing nothing. Like, this is what needs to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll get that car, gonna be there.
Yeah. So
these lives can be saved, man. These lives are out here.
So for the people who are maybe just tuning in who didn't get to come in the beginning, I'm on right now with Kyle Prater, aka KP, and every night at 8 p.m. the city flashes their lights in honor of all of the first responders, the doctors and the nurses who are, fighting this for us that we can't fight. So that's what the lights are for. That's what the sound's for. That's what the noise is for. And it is really a beautiful sight to see that the way that the lights are flashing within the city. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Man, much love to everybody that's came through here too, man.
Oh my God. And you said they do this until about 8:10?
Yeah, it's gonna go on for maybe 2 more minutes, I would believe.
Oh my God.
But it's starting to simmer down now a little bit, but it's love, man.
This is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, I am going to go ahead and kind of introduce KP while you guys are listening on in. So I ironically met KP through being a bartender, which is very ironic, I think, in all of this. Kyle's business partner became one of my regulars at Grunts, so shout out to Miss Abby who was watching, and she was telling me about Kyle and just all of the amazing things that he was doing. And he is a former NFL wide receiver turned filmmaker. So you want to talk about going from one direction to the next in a very unique way, and he is doing it so effortlessly. He is the CEO of Chasing Greatness Production, and the one thing that I kind of love about Kyle's journey and about Kyle's story is his dream was to play in the league. It was to be in the NFL, which he got to do. It wasn't the longevitiness that he had wanted, but I really think that this next chapter that you are living is going to be more impactful than you ever could have done being on a football field. So with that being said, Tell me what it is that you are drinking, and I'm going to go ahead and pour myself a glass of wine.
I am drinking, what is this?
Ooh, I'm spilling.
We didn't spill nothing over there, did we?
You kind of are going in and out right now.
I may lose you because I'm going.
What are we drinking, Kyle?
Hold on, let me wait till I get back into my room.
Okay. So yeah, so I'll wait until you get back in the building, and I'll kind of
You guys about to walk into like
give
a
it to
whole,
you guys in the meantime.
About to walk into a whole vibe though.
Oh yeah. So guys, everyone who's watching right now, I am drinking the Placel del Toro, I believe I'm saying it correct. It's an Italian red wine. I love this bottle. You can get it at Mariano's and Jewel and all. And I don't know if they sell it at Target, but I know they sell it at Mariano's. My best friend got me onto it, and it is one of my favorite red wines. So I will go ahead and cheers to that. And I would love to hear what it is that you guys are drinking and where are we drinking from. I am drinking from my basement.
Let me see where we drinking from, everybody.
Yeah. So Kyle, tell me again, because I don't think I got to hear what are you drinking? So
I am drinking. Don't laugh at my bottle. Don't laugh.
Okay.
Please don't laugh. It's a very prominent brand, I would say company, but the size of the bottle is what I don't want you to laugh at.
Okay, I won't.
It's a personal, you know?
Okay. Oh, that's awesome. I love that.
Hey, but Abby gonna love this because she loves when I wear my pinky ring.
I
know. with the gloves. Because I got.
All right, so we got a Pinot Grigio from my front room. We got a White Claw from Milwaukee. Welcome on in, Milwaukee. Oh, dang. Next time I'll drink. Yes, definitely bring your drink next time.
Hey, Dana's a good friend of mine. She's a great friend of mine. So show some love to Dana, all the way out from LA.
Oh, awesome. Iced tea from my TV room. Is that just iced tea or is that spiked iced tea? Is what the real question is.
Iced tea? Why is it? Is it just iced tea?
It's my mom. I'm thinking she has a little something.
Hey, what's up, moms?
Green tea from my kitchen. Love it. Welcome on in, guys. All right, so Kyle, I'm gonna go ahead.
Feed me. Look, I'm washing my hands. Like I'm.
Yes.
Yes. Even though I had on protective gloves, I'm still
washing.
Properly going through guidelines of washing the hands.
Amen. We got a White Claw on my couch in Arizona. Arizona, welcome on in. Water, Kate, that is totally fine. We need to stay hydrated during this time as well.
Yes.
All right.
Indeed.
Terry, tell me what it is that you are drinking today. I would love to know, again, what everyone is drinking and where you are drinking from. And let's go ahead and get this conversation started and get the party started.
Okay.
So, Kyle, why don't you go ahead and so there are some people who know your story on here and some people who don't. Can you just kind of go ahead and dive into, like, you getting into the league, you got to play, and then obviously didn't turn out the way you wanted?
Okay, so I'm just getting my drink right. You know, I'm just trying to make sure everything's cool. I'm going to get my position, and I'm going to get back to your question because I can't wait to answer that.
LaCroix. I love LaCroix, Terry. There's nothing wrong with drinking a LaCroix right now.
All right. So here we are. So my background, my story is very unique because, you know, coming out of high school, I'm going to just give everybody just the whole background. Coming out of high school, highly touted receiver coming out of high school, 5-star, you know, all the accolades, all the hoorahs, 5-star rival scout, everything you can think of, right? And there was just so much high praise. And for me and my family at that time, there's no manual to deal with how to be this 5-star guy, right? Or how to deal with everybody pulling you each which way and fame and, you know, I'm glad social media wasn't around as it was then.
Yeah.
When I was coming out, but it would have been crazy. But it's just dealing with all of those people labels on you. And when I went to college at USC, Southern Cal in LA, and things didn't work out. My first year I redshirted. due to injuries. Hamstring pull, and then did hamstring pull, and from the hamstring pulling, I recovered from that, and something else came. And never really got a chance to find my beat my freshman year, so they redshirted me. Come back redshirt freshman year. I break my foot. So here goes the injury bug label.
Yeah.
And from there, became kind of, at the time, I got introduced to pain meds, right? Got introduced to pain meds, and due to my injuries. And so at the time, I guess we had, you didn't know what those pills was and how it can affect you in certain situations. So I abused it because I wasn't playing, and I became addicted to pain medicine. Then more injuries came because I never recovered. And so from there, just my career never really got to a place at USC where I could really take off. And I was dealing with demons that no one knew about. I was skinny, and people didn't know that I was, addicted to those things, but I was using it to cope during those times of not playing. And so from there, left USC because some things didn't go right with the coach, and injuries kept coming up. And I thought the best thing to do was to come back home to Chicago, went to Northwestern. But when I came back, I was addicted. No one knew about it. No one knew about it, right? And I had to finally tell my parents because I was finally in front of them and not in Los Angeles. And so a lot of times we run from the problem, right? And the problem's right in front of you.
Yeah.
And I was the problem, and I was hiding from a lot of people. And I think a lot of times my injuries came from being addicted to the pain medicine because I couldn't really recover. And so with that being said, I don't want to make a long story longer. But getting back to Chicago was the best thing for me because my family, that was my source, because I'm very family oriented, and they got me back right. And I remember at one point, it was this amazing story, and I put it in my film. It was the point where when I came home, I had to tell them, and so I remember going with my mom to the doctor, and the only reason I was going to the doctor with my mom because I told her I was hurting somewhere, and I wanted some medicine. But she didn't know. She didn't know.
She didn't know you probably weren't actually hurt.
She didn't know I was fiending.
Right.
But a mother's instinct is to do what they want to do for their son. She gonna do whatever my son needs, me and my mom are like this. We close. So if my son's in pain, I'm gonna go. We went to my Dr. Van Canna in Maywood. We went to go see her. And I remember not being able to look her in her face, the doctor, and really tell her I was hurt. And then I just remember me and my mom just walking out. And that was and then from there we left and then went back home to my house. And then I sat my whole family down and told them that I was addicted and I needed help. And we went through it cold turkey. It was one of the hardest times in my life. But it really showed me that you can really get through things if you, find God first and foremost, because I had to really go through a lot during those times and find out a lot about myself in those times. You know what I'm saying? Being alone, you learn a lot about yourself. And we all are alone right now, right? So this story can relate to everyone right now. Those times where I was alone, I was sweating in bed and having those headaches. And I remember that was from me being addicted. And I told my parents all this, and it was just telling them that was the best thing ever.
Wow.
It was the best thing ever. And my whole life changed, and that's when I went to Northwestern, and my career started to get back. The injuries still happened from there. God was still working on me. God was still working on me, but I knew what I had to do. I knew I had to get my life in order internally before I could start seeing true success again. Because I never was they labeled me a bust. They labeled me so many things, and again, when I go back to this manual of trying to how to deal with that as a 17-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Why I think we put so much pressure on these kids, you know what I'm saying, when they highly athletic, highly touted, and they put more attention on these kids than they can't even accept at that age. And,
yeah.
And that was even worse though.
Oh God. And then,
No, but like I'm not to cut you off, but like to end
no,
all that to tell you where I'm at now, how I transitioned through that. I played in Northwestern, then I went to the NFL, had to really just scratch and claw my way in there. Didn't play as long as I wanted to, like you mentioned earlier, and my life has transitioned to where I'm at. But like when I look back at my life and that story and going through all that, that was God's way, and like of him telling you, like my mom was like, "You gonna write a book one day."
yep.
I'm like, "Mom, I did a movie. Make that even better." So like my whole life has been a movie, right? So
Mhm.
like now I knew that my life is to tell stories, right? Tell stories like this that people can relate to, that's gonna help bring them up, give them hope. Someone's dealing with this same story right now and don't know how to deal with it. Someone's afraid to talk about how they are addicted. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to talk about these type of problems.
Yeah.
But like when you talk about it, it furthers it from you. It's like
Yeah.
you confessing it to yourself. When you keep it inside, it kind of like has power over you. But when you release it, it's like a demon. You speak it. You know what I'm saying? You got to be real with yourself. So I ain't mean to get this deep already on the show.
It happens sometimes, and
You
I'm
know?
totally fine with that.
Yeah.
So honestly, like one of the things that I think is so incredible about you is like, you know, you got to do your dream, but then the dream was almost taken away in a way that you didn't want it to. So there are people right now whose dreams are maybe put on hold, or maybe they're time sensitive, or maybe they are taken away because of this crisis that we're in. How would you explain to them to look at losing their dreams from a different point of view?
I mean, I said this earlier, you know, when we talked the first time, how like we all dealing with this situation and crisis for the first time as an individual everywhere,
Yeah.
right? And like we're living in some unprecedented times where like these are times that are legendary, history. Like this is history, and so for those kids out there, you know, I feel for them because sports is the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing,
Yeah.
and I would not be nowhere today if I didn't have football being the platform. It opened the door for me to do what I'm doing, and now it's taken away from these kids. It hurts, you know. It hurts, and I feel for them, and I just want them to know, like right now, individually, if I could tell them anything, is like use the situation that you have right now, whatever it is, whatever the resource you have at your disposal, use it. Take your mind further, read or something. Try to take yourself outside the box of just being an athlete, like truly. You know, when I work with Uninterrupted, we really, you know, I really embrace that motto, and we really embrace that message. And I really want kids to really look at themselves outside of just playing a game of football or basketball or you know, WNBA or enough stuff like that. There's countless opportunities out there right now.
So it's almost like instead of figuring out, because again, and you had said this, your maybe your identity is being taken away as an athlete, as a whatever your job title was, but figure out who you are here first and foremost, because the jobs can come and go, but who you are is never going to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the one thing, like, I always want to say, like, who you are outside of the game is always going to be there. Like, so, like, who you are off the field, you know, start working on that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of athletes I see and operate, and I know a lot of homies, my guys, I keep in touch with all my guys that are playing, that retired. You know, some guys still trying to get back on. I keep in contact with them because, like, I want to keep encouraging them to keep trying if that's what they want to do.
Right.
But, like, I'm at that place in my life to acknowledge another person, and be like, man, he's good at what he's doing. Acknowledge him and tell him what he's bad at in this game, because I let the football game go. I just want to see every guy that I came in contact with succeed, that I
Mm-hmm.
played with. So I keep in contact with him. So, I mean, it's cool. It's a weird time. You know, all sports have stopped, but it has allowed a lot of people to really look themselves in the mirror and attack themselves in a way that they probably never would have if this would never have happened. So that's how I've been looking at it.
I love it. I love it. So speaking of your Uninterrupted, the Glass Helmet Project, which I'm going to share on my story later, guys. So I really want you to take the time to watch it. You say in there, athletes are superheroes for 3 hours on Sunday, but we are humans forever.
Mm-hmm.
And I have this belief, and this is kind of my mission statement of Bar Talk, which is we have more in common with each other than we have different. What do you think it is as human beings, maybe right now, that we have the most in common with each other with?
Well, first and foremost, I want to, definitely give a lot of credit and love to Samantha Johnson, who we worked with on when we was going through voiceover. As you can watch in the film, I was reading from a script that we had worked on together. And that was one of the ideas that she had came up with. And I sat down with her and I spitballed how I felt as far as an athlete. Somebody just called me out to ignore it.
Oh, okay.
That line came from us working together creatively. And I just always want to give credit where credit is due. And that project, the ship, not the gears, but the Glass Helmet project,
Mm-hmm.
My team, Lorenzo, Abby, Samantha, Hawk, who else? Gerardo. And then from the come down to the composing, the music, we got King, from Job Music. It was a collective project, and everybody came together knowing what the magnitude of what the project was going to be when telling the story for all athletes. And that line it was so powerful. It was just something that, like, we are athletes, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's just, we're more than that, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that was a superhero statement for that moment.
It really was. And it's so true, because at the end of it, like, you take away the pads, the helmet, the equipment, whatever it is, and you're human just like you and I. And that's what I think is so beautiful about that line. How beautiful do you think storytelling is going to be after this is all done?
I think it's about to be, if it wasn't powerful before, it's going to be 10 times and 100 times powerful now, because we need to hear these stories, These stories give people hope. Like, it gives people a chance to not just look at us for catching the ball on 4th and 6 for a first down and you only know his last name from, that particular moment. Then he could walk right past you on the street and you wouldn't even know him, or you would treat him a certain way. You know what I'm saying? It's time to break that barrier right now. Well, you know what I'm saying? It's time to hear other athletes, other than themselves, tell these stories because they want to. They just don't feel they have the voice. And I'm like, you don't got to be the first round guy. You ain't got to be the Odell Beckhams of the world, or those guys. No disrespect to them, is just like they are in a different tier.
Yeah.
I want to reach all tiers. I know they can relate too, but like, we don't really get reached enough. I want to be the voice for the people that can't really have one right now.
I want to really quick, one of the comments on here, it's Bree J. Shea. I hope I'm saying it correct. And she said, I feel like I needed to hear this. I lost my dream at 18, and it was a modeling audition. My childhood was taken away. I was bullied to the point it was suicidal. There's a light within every tunnel. And I think that is so true. And thank you, first off, for willing to share that with us and with all these people. And there is a light at every tunnel. And it's hard to sometimes, like, keep trudging through it. But I swear, God doesn't put those obstacles in front of you if you can't handle them. He really doesn't.
Yeah, and to you, Bree, your point, thank you for being, vulnerable. I think that's where we first got to start, with being vulnerable,
Yeah.
Getting on here, I'm being out my comfort zone right now. Like, I used to always have this idea of not putting myself out there to the world, because I feel like, because I have dealt with some sharks in my career, in my life. And like, I know how to move. I just deal a different way, and I understand what I need to do. But like, and I know I bring a different light, but like, I don't be feeling like I need to share that light all the time. But when you look at these times now, like, I've been forced to like do this.
Yeah.
So like, but not in a bad way. Like, God's like, hey man, you need to get out your comfort zone, bro, because this is what you already in the process of telling the stories in this way. Now I'm gonna put you back out there. So like, that's how I'm looking at it now. And it's amazing that you did what you did. You turned your situation into a positive. And I'm gonna take that story and go back to Bree's story, that like, you gotta look at your situation, no matter where it's at and what you have and what happened to you. it hurts. But like I listened to Eric Thomas, and he got me through a lot of stuff, and like that, pain may last for a minute, an hour, or a day. Like but eventually it will subside. Like it's gonna go away. But like you gotta outlast the storm. And so the one thing what I've been doing this whole time is you just gotta outlast. Eventually tough times gonna go away. You just gotta be stronger. You know what I'm saying? It's tough. It's easier said than done sometimes. Like I get down, but like I look, you just gotta find that source. And I thank God for having me be who I am to be able to have that.
And I will end this before we get into rapid fire with something that my cousin Mallory said. And she said, what's that quote? Life is tough, but you're tougher. So everyone take a cheers to that. KP, take a cheers to that.
Hey, shout out to the person that told me to fill up this glass, because I did. They was like, my glass is too long.
I don't know if they were talking to you or me, but maybe I'll pour a little bit more in because I'm going to have
whoever told me to pour me a glass up, I just poured up. Or maybe a little turn. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Okay, so KP, we're going to go into rapid fire questions. It has to be the first thing that comes to your mind, okay?
Okay.
All right. What's something people would be surprised to know about you?
I'll tell you right there.
What is that? Is that it's an action figure? You like action figures?
Let's see if the people in the comments get it.
Does anyone know what that is? I'm drinking coffee. I love that you're drinking coffee right now. I could drink coffee 24/7. Wish my insides agreed with that, but it doesn't.
Someone has to know who this is.
Coach Jimmy Dugan. That is not Coach Jimmy Dugan.
At all. That's not. Exactly.
Dragon Ball Z.
Yes. Who is that? Miss Julie Mack. Yes. Yes. Who said Fireball Z? Get out of here. That's not it. That is...
So you're a big Dragon Ball Z person?
Yeah, man. I'm huge on Dragon Ball Z, man. Like I grew up on it. It's my source.
I love it. Okay. Fill in the blank. Never have I ever what?
Oof. Never have I ever what? It got to be quick though, huh? I lost that. I lost.
It's
that,
okay.
Right?
If you got to think about it, that's fine.
It should get you like a you wrong. You know what I'm saying?
We'll get that eventually.
My bad. I was a little slow on that one. Yeah.
We can come back to it. You want to come back to it?
Let's come back to that.
Okay. Someone said, "What's your hand tattoo?"
290. This is expressway here in Chicago, a very famous, prominent expressway that I spent a lot of time on growing up. And I just felt to get it tatted on my hand, man, because I feel so close to Chicago. So I got it, the city right there.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, what is your favorite song?
My favorite song right now? Man, I would say my favorite song right now. I'm liking a lot of songs right now. I'm just in like a plethora of music right now. I'm just all over the place. I can't really put my hand on one.
What's the first one that comes to your mind in terms of like making you feel better?
Count Your Blessings by the Sunday service. With
okay.
Kanye.
All right.
That's
what can't you live your life without?
God, man.
Love it. What is the kindest thing a stranger has done for you?
The kindest thing someone has ever done for me. That's tough, man. Like I think the kindest thing. I'm deep. So I'm thinking like maybe I think like people. I would say the kindest thing, a person like I would say my manager Abby is like rocking with me for these past years, dealing with like who I am. And, like, I'm not perfect, but she can hold me down. So much love to her. Sending love her way right now. Much love to Abby.
I love that. I love that. If you were an animal, what animal would you be?
A lion.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking you'd be a lion, like fierce and ferocious.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is
Lion.
your favorite place that you have ever visited?
India.
India?
Oh my
What is
God. Yeah.
the best piece of advice someone has given you?
Be yourself, man.
Everyone
Be
out there,
yourself.
be yourself.
Be yourself. Be
What is
yourself.
what is an odd or weird talent that you have?
I had a weird talent. I can, I can rap. I can flow. If that's odd, you know, I can spit a couple freestyles. You know, every now and then that's odd. If that's odd, weird. But yeah,
I can't do that. I definitely can't do that. Do it.
right now,
Yeah, of course.
I bet. I bet. 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 Cheers. Hey, so hey, you know, so I think I saw something that was really funny. So just to let everybody know, just to put it all out there. We got these drinks. My birthday was June 21st. I'm a Gemini. I can snap like that and be back, you know what I'm saying? But I'm always in the right place. Like I'm never coming from a wrong place. Like I'm a very passionate person. Like I'm passionate about what I do. That's why I stay to myself a little bit. But like I can be like turned up. And then I'm like,
So you can go
right,
from
man,
zero,
that's me. Like
0 to 100 real quick.
oh man, so it's like I have to. That's why like this time past to let's just be in the self. You like you figure yourself out. You be like, bro, yo, you got some problems, bro.
Okay, KP, what is the best sports movie of all time?
The best sports movie.
Mm-hmm. In your opinion.
The Fighting Titans.
Ah, I love Remember the Titans, you mean?
Oh, what the hell am I talking about? That did. I kind of went in. That person. Shout out, yo, that drink person. Remember the Titans, right? Yeah. Yeah.
I love Remember the Titans so much. It is the best movie of all time. Okay, KP, would you rather play the superhero in a movie or play the villain?
That's like an easy question for like the audience to answer.
I don't know. I would be surprised. Guys, would you rather play the superhero or play the villain? Comment on it and let me know what you guys would like to play. What would you want to be? I don't know. I mean, I think playing a villain would be fun.
I'll play a villain right now.
Okay. You are going to play a villain.
No, I'm just playing. I'm a superhero. I'm a superhero.
Superhero.
I just showed you Goku back there. Like I can't. You know what I'm saying?
I guess that's true. Yeah,
okay. My man's strong, fam.
Okay. KP, who should my next guest be?
You're not on your show. Whew. You had Royce on there at first. I said that was amazing. So
Yeah.
Dope. Who I think you should have on there next? Cam Smith.
Okay, I had Cam. You're the third person who's nominated Cam.
You got Cam?
I had Cam. Yeah, Cam was great.
Can I have him? Can I be my guy?
He can. I mean, he can be your guy. He's already been on, but
Oh, he's already been on. Okay.
yeah, he's already been on. Yeah.
Who's next? Have you had P. Scott on?
No.
P. Scott.
P. Scott. Okay.
P. Scott.
We'll talk about that later. Okay,
Yeah.
and then KP, when this is all said and done, the first thing you're gonna go do?
Well, as far as what's this podcast tonight or what?
No, just the quarantine and the virus and everything. Someone called me. What's the
I think
first thing you're gonna do?
I'm gonna just first of all just look at everything that we've been working on while we've been in quarantine and attack the world a little bit differently. Definitely gonna just go out here and be more involved with storytelling and helping those that have stories like me, but those stories not male, females too, women. I mean, it's just, storytelling. There's so many stories out there. I just want to be able to tell those. I'm just getting ready to, just me and the team, just working on some big projects right now. Just some things got put on hold. That's, given the situation, but now we adapting. But I think it's just going out and attacking the world and being blessed, man. Thanking God for just being able to move around. Everybody gonna feel the same way. It's gonna be like a first day at school.
Amen. Okay, and then back to the first question, fill in the blank. Never have I ever what?
Dang, I thought you threw that one away.
If you don't want to answer it, that's okay.
No, just never have I ever. Okay. Never have I ever. I'm gonna say never have I ever. Never have I ever almost drowned as a kid.
Okay. Never have you ever almost drowned. Okay. I guess. I can't wait to see, KP, the stories that you're going to tell. If everyone can please raise their glass, we are going to end now on a toast.
Yep.
And this toast is from Walt Disney. And he says, all the adversity I've had in my life, all of my troubles and obstacles have strengthened me. You may not realize it when it happens, but a kick in the teeth may be the best thing in the world for you. Cheers.
Cheers. I drink to that.
KP, thank you so much for coming on and being so willing to talk about your story. I know that you have definitely inspired so many people that are watching. You've inspired me. You continue to inspire me. And you enjoy the rest of that Johnny Walker, and we will talk soon, okay?
Yes. Thanks for having me.
Okay. All right. Thanks, KP. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys. That was the lovely KP. I hope you guys enjoyed his story so much. He really is just like so full of wisdom and has gone through a lot in like his short years, but he's really, I just love his mindset on everything. So really quick, I want to give a shout out to my block, and let me kind of explain to you. So I got a text from one of my neighbors in the beginning of the week, and she said, we're doing this thing and we're calling it Feed the Block. So basically our entire block ordered from a small business in our neighborhood, and we picked Geo's. So it was our way of, trying to make sure that some of our favorite restaurants stay around. So with that being said, I am nominating all of you guys to support local by hashtag Feed the Block. So if you live on a block, maybe pick what it is and then text all of your neighbors. You can do it one day a week. If you live in a building, feed the building, whatever it may be. But you think about it, guys, a small contribution to these businesses is going to be so crucial for them moving on and moving forward. So Feed the Block. I would love to see if you guys do it. You can tag me in and I would love to see it. Our guest for tomorrow is to be determined. I'm still working on it. So when I know, you know. And How to Get Away with Murder is back tonight. So I'm going to go watch that. I can't wait. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. I know you guys have a lot of options for live content. So you coming in night after night means a lot to me. So stay home, drink responsibly, be safe. And again, the sooner we do what we need to do, the quicker we can go back to living life. So again, guys, take care, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.